do have some main character syndrome in Detroit. I think we can all agree on
yes.
that. Why aren't we wearing the shirts, man?
This city is one, on the mainstream level, we like to flex. We like to look good. That's just part of Detroit culture and has been for a long time. The 2026 Pistons fan is not the 2005 Pistons fan. It's unfortunate, but it's a real thing. We have social media now. People want to go to these events and look good and be seen. We haven't had this in 18 years? So they legitimately don't know how them putting on a shirt or hitting the Thunder Sticks can really help this team, in the playoffs.
It is the main character energy, and, they want to flex, and people want to flex, and rightfully so. But I'm looking at it as this isn't about you. This is about us.
Right.
This is about Detroit.
Right.
This is about the basketball team uniting the city. So, forget about you for a second. And make it about us. Make it about this team. Make it about this city needing a winner. I must watch, live sports different than some people. And, if you don't want to wear the shirt, whatever. If you're, so against it, I see people in the chat, fuck those shirts.
Yeah.
What the fuck? I'm not there.
No,
I'm not there to look at your ice, bro. I'm there to watch the fucking game and root for the team.
Everything we do is political.
It is.
Everything
exactly.
we do
Everything.
is political. We can't even talk about T-shirts.
Hell no.
I'm telling you, man. That's just you're either all the way in or you're all the way out. You're on that side. We hate you.
People don't want to wear their
T-shirts.
I'm not wearing a Your head just explode.
You think I'm gonna wear a goddamn T-shirt?
You want to see my face?
How about this? I think San Antonio looks cool.
They do.
It does. They had 4 different colored shirts on. Section by, and it looks cool. I want that here.
Yeah,
I thought the white shirts were cool. A whiteout's always cool.
How dare you ask me to put on a shirt?
Jesus.
You think I'm gonna wear that fucking shirt?
I guess we just gotta do everything.
All right, man. Cool. All right. Yeah. Don't wear the shirt. Be a dork. You keep those shirts and you rot in hell, damn it.
You want a shirt wearer in your neighborhood?
You like shirts, don't you?
Yeah.
It's pretty funny. I'm doing this before game 2, so I had a preference that I ain't seen game 2. I think the Cavs probably, the script, it's probably going to be 1-1 going back to Cleveland. They can't have too many short series, but that's just me guesstimating based off NBA crying for fouls. I expect Mitchell and Harden to get to the line 11 times. But what I will say, regarding the clip, and check out Detroit Pistons Talk playlist, about the fans not wanting to wear the T-shirts. People saying, well, the energy at Little Caesars is trash. And Little Caesars is a hockey arena. If you ever been into it, it's a hockey arena. So it really ain't a basketball arena for one. The seats get steeper and all that stuff. So it's not but in general, do y'all understand? These guys, the black guy understood, the 2 other white guys, they don't understand. That's why I be saying, the Piston games rep Detroit culture. And the only other team that really rep the real urban city culture that I really notice is the Atlanta Hawks. That's the only other ones I noticed that really rep the culture like that of the city. They got the ice cam, bro. Come on, man. They got the ice cam. Niggas coming in. I'm going to just say this. If you go to Little Caesars, I only went to 1 game this year, bro. My schedule was hectic this year. So I only got a chance to go to 1 game. The other year, I went to a bunch of games the other year. But, I don't live nowhere near downtown. I don't live too far, but you know how it be. And one thing I will say, dog, it's the club, bro. Women coming in there. Yeah, and I went there one day, bro, this year for the Grizzly game, 313 day. I went there, bro. Women were in there taking pictures and half naked. It was cold than a mofo. Women in that bitch half naked, bro. Half naked. Cheeks out, coochie out, titties out. They wearing leather pants. They half naked, bro. Half naked. You got women with cut off shorts at the thighs. They at the bus stop cold with a little jacket on. Dog. It's the club, bro. Cause then guess what? After they leave the game, they going to the Nino. They going to the Nino, bro. And You notice when the hockey games get let out and they go to the Nino, you know, the white people got their Red Wings gear on and they gonna wear their free shit and they gear and shit. The Pistons game, hell no, man. They at the club. Niggas got chains on, ice on. I seen Skilla Baby when I was at the motherfucker when Kevin Durant came. Last year, it was the same day the Lions got beat by the Commanders and shit. Skilla Baby walking around with like 20, 30,000 in the casino. Dog, Bryce Underwood, it's a club, bro. If it was at the Palace in Auburn Hills, people will wear their shirts, bro. That's a different crowd. And the guy was talking about the generations. I think that play a part of it. But when you put it on the Palace of Auburn Hill, most people, believe it or not, man, let me give y'all some strength. Most people are scared to come to the city, bro. Most people live outside the city. They scared to come to the city. That's why they making downtown safer. I don't think if the Pistons move downtown, you know, I don't think, you know, I think they making it safer. They making it safer downtown. I just say that. They making it safer downtown, bro, because people scared, bro. They be scared to go to the city, dog. They're going to Sunday because it's supposed to be a Sunday truce, but most people around the state, they come watch the Lions. They ain't coming to no Piston game for real, bro. People scared to go into the city. You go to the Pistons game, you walk apart, you in the hood. Breaking in niggas' cars and shit. That's why I pay to park where I park at the casino. That's the wild thing about it, bro. Like, literally, but people scared to come to the city. So most of the people you got coming to the games, they from the city. They are iced up, they got jewels and all that type of stuff. So for the most part, man, it's just to the point where, yeah, it might be, you know, a generation gap where the generation too cool to do this and they don't have the same energy. You got to understand also socialism has changed. You know, you got guys that don't approach women no more. You got people who grew up on tablets and TVs, didn't get off the porch and run to the liquor store and have fun. Socialism is gone. You can't even go to the game. Let me say this about the game. The generation the late millennials or the Gen Xers, they don't even know how to socialize. They don't know how to socialize, bro. They don't know how to do small talk. They don't know how to talk. Dog, like most of the times, if you chopping it up with somebody at the game, they're a millennium, Gen Z, excuse me, Gen Z I was talking about. They're a millennial, a Gen Xer, a baby boomer. This Gen Z and whoever above them, I forget what they call them, they don't know how to publicly socialize, bro. They don't know how to socialize, bro. And the late millennials, they don't know how to socialize. So they don't know how to get excited. Nothing, bro. They don't approach women. They don't know how to good. Have you ever I remember I went to the movie theater, bro. I promise. I went to the movie theater and we went to see Mario. I seen, in no disrespect, I seen the lady pull out her son's tablet. Well, if we at the movie theater, why the hell do he need a tablet? So you can be at Texas Roadhouse, you can be at Benihana's, you can be at all these different places. You can be at Dave and Buster's and the kids sitting there on a tablet. It's up, man. They lacking social skills, bro. So that's another part of it that people don't socialize and know how to get excited. You know what I'm saying? And it's a club culture at Little Caesars, bro. It's a club culture. And I ain't gonna even say that I've been at like 1,000 Lion games. I used to work down there, been there for games plenty of times, been there for concerts. And they have somewhat of a club culture. There's women looking for guys there, you know, naked there, a little bit naked. But it ain't like Little Caesars, though. Little Caesars got too much of an urban feel. It's too much of a cool for school. They not gonna really bring the energy like that, man. But, you know, that's kind of one of the trade-offs when you go from Auburn Hills and you go to Detroit. That raw suburban feel, that turn up feel. Now you go in Detroit years later, you ain't gonna get that energy. And it might be the acoustics too, and the Palace was a little bit different, the sound. But it's the generations is different, and then the vibe down there is more club, player shit. Even when the rappers be performing at halftime, the shit be dull, it be dead. The energy be dead, the rapper energy be dead. The arena energy don't be lit. It don't be like that. Like, I've been to the Lions games, 1,000 of them. I remember they made the playoffs versus the Chargers. When Stu stepped on, I was there right there when Stu stepped on the nigga arm. The electricity, and I know that was Thanksgiving, the electricity was just, it's different. But also it's 65,000 people there, and it's a football stadium built for a football game. Little Caesars is in a hockey arena built for hockey. Boy, you go, man, I did some media work there one year. And man, you go to the gondola, man, that bitch goes straight up in the air. I remember my grandma had steps upstairs, and the steps went like this. It went straight. That's how Little Caesars, everything is just straight steep, bro. Steep. But hey, that's all I had to say. Check out Detroit Pistons Talk playlist. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Peace.